As we're live, I have no idea if this is actually going to work or not, but let's see. Doing a drafting to win live stream. So we got magic going on, spotlight happening. All right, and I just logged in today, and I saw that there's Kaladesh. So I think I'm going to try. I'm going in blind. I have not seen or really done much research or reviews on, like, I know I started Magic when Ixalan dropped. That's when I just started playing, so a couple of years ago. And Kaladesh was in rotation for standard, so I played with some Kaladesh cards, but my first couple decks, it was just Ixalan onward. I had to go back and purchase like singles from Kaladesh, so I don't know the set fully, and I know every set since then. With Magic, but yeah, that was before Arena. It was before I had to go and figure out how to play Moto, Magic the Gathering Online. Played that for a while, but I just like the Arena interface better. Yeah, so we're gonna do Kaladesh. I want to start off with Sealed, and then we'll do some Premier drafts. I know that with Remastered, they've come out with this set, and I think they took out some cards and they added in other cards just to make Arena better. And what I suspect is they're going to take Historic and put it out to Pioneer one day, because we have Pioneer in paper, and then on Arena we have Historic, and Pioneer goes back a couple sets, but Historic goes back to Ixalan. So I think they're just going to release sets all the way going back, which is good. I love when they bring back old drafts. So, all right, let's start. So Sealed, a lot of cards. I'm not going to go through all these. We'll just see what we get. How about that? Okay, Peace Walker Colossus. Another target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Crew 4. I really liked vehicles. I'm sad that they're gone. This card, I used to play this card in a green-white Selesnya deck. It was with Oketra and making tokens and adding Gideon. And I had this card in there. So Rishkar Pima Renegade. When Rishkar Pima Renegade enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Each creature you control has on it tap for a green. And it's 3 mana for a 2/2 Elf Druid. Legendary. Paradoxical Outcome. 4 mana instant spell. Blue. Return any number of target non-land, non-token permanents you control to their owner's hands. Draw a card for each card returned to your hand this way. In a draft environment, I'm not sure how good that's going to be. I mean, it's a good card, but is it going to be good for drafting? Sealed. Okay. Whir of Invention, X blue, blue, blue. Improvise, it's an instant. It says improvise. Search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost X or less. Put it into your library, then put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. And artifacts can help tap to pay for it. Okay, getting a little bit artifact blue synergy with this one green card. Doesn't seem to work the rest of the stuff yet. Red card, X, red. Indomitable Creativity. Destroy X target artifacts and or creatures for each permanent destroyed this way. Its controller reveals top cards from the top of their library until an artifact or creature card is revealed and exiles that card. Those players put the exiled cards onto the battlefield, then shuffle their libraries. Interesting. So this card seems good because it's removal and it's multiple removal. And then they start to reveal cards off the top of their deck. And it puts those into the battlefield. Again, it doesn't seem that good for sealed where you're trying to get card advantage over people. This seems better in a constructed format where you can plan around this card. Maybe it isn't good for drafting. Okay, Marionette Master, 4 black. It's a creature, human artificer, fabricate 3. And fabricate means when this creature enters the battlefield, put 3 +1/+1 counters on it, or create 3 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature tokens. So that's going to be good with, you make like a Dimir synergy. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards for a Dimir artifacts deck so far. Whenever an artifact you control is put into the graveyard for the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to Marionette Master's power. Kind of cool. Like, it's pretty expensive for a 1/3, but it does create either servos. I would say that's pretty well statted. Right? 6 mana for like a 4/7 card, potentially, with a good effect. All right, let's see what else we got in the commons and uncommons. Let's go through the blue first, because I think I'm going to do blue-black. Okay, you get 2 energy. This is a milling card. This one also gives you energy. When it attacks, you could put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, this doesn't seem horrible. Aether Theorist. Hold on, let me check the YouTube. See if it's live. Okay. Yeah, the YouTube is live, so that's good. I'll be checking that in case there's any like viewers or chat or anything. There's no one here yet. And there may not be anybody coming. This is my first live stream, so. And I'll probably upload this as a video in case anyone wants to see it in the future. So, hello from the past. Got my coffee ready. And last night I had my own FNM with my friend Zeke and Corey. They just came over to the house and we played some Magic. We played some Commander. And I built a Etrata Commander deck. So I'm all into Dimir right now. And if you don't know what Etrata is, it's the 3/5 Vampire Assassin. It's a legendary creature. And it's for 4 mana. So it's 2 blue, black. And when you attack, it can't be blocked. And if it deals combat damage to a player, you choose one of their creatures and exile it. And if an opponent has 3 creatures exiled in this way, they lose the game. So it's kind of a cool strategy, especially for Commander, where everyone's playing lots of creatures. So it actually incentivizes people to not play creatures and have to deal with Etrata. So I supplement my deck with a bunch of like counter magic and stuff to bounce back Etrata to my hand, and then stuff in the deck like artifacts that haste out Etrata. So because I was playing that last night, I wanted to do a live stream and play Kaladesh, and I saw that there was a new set, and that's why we're here. So okay, let's keep going with this. Aether Theorist. When it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy, you pay an energy, and you scry. It's not bad. Glint Nest Crane. Flying. When Glint Nest Crane enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Okay, this is good. This is a really good card. You get to search the top 4. You get to draw an artifact. If I put together a deck that synergizes with artifacts, this card's going to be very, very, very good. I remember seeing this in Standard. And when a card for like a sealed environment makes it into Standard, usually it's pretty good. Like Standard playable, obviously, is what I mean. Okay, Ice Over. Doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. This is really good removal for 2 mana. Counter target non-artifact spell unless its controller pays 2. It's almost like a Spell Pierce, but this one costs 2, so I don't think this is a very good card. Shielded Aether Thief. Flash 0/4 for 2. Whenever Shielded Aether Thief blocks, you get energy. Pay 3 energy, draw a card. Okay, so you could flash this card out, get a free energy, and then from there, most likely people won't be attacking. But if you have extra energy, you can use it just to pay a card. This seems like it doesn't do anything. It has the potential to draw you cards, but you don't want to use a card to draw you more cards if you can help it. Unless it's super free, like Radical Idea. Oh, we're making noises. Okay, whatever. Okay, Metallic Rebuke. Improvise. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. This seems like a great card. Often, if I build the deck I'm building, the Improvise will come into effect. Oh, I skipped over this one. Implement of Examination. 3 mana artifact. Sacrifice Implement of Examination. Draw a card. When Implement of Examination is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Okay. So it's pay 3 for an artifact that draws you 2 cards. That's a fine filler card, I would say. Leave in Dust, 4 mana to bounce it. Bounce a permanent and draw a card. It's not awful. Paradoxical Outcome. Oh yeah, that's one we already read. Shipwreck Moray. Common. 0/5 fish. When Shipwreck Moray enters the battlefield, you get 4 energy. That's a lot. Pay an energy. Shipwreck Moray gets +2, -2 until end of turn. Okay. Blue's not really known for their creatures unless they're like big, impactful ones that flash in. Okay, Gear Seeker Serpent. Pretty expensive at 7 mana, but it costs 1 less for each artifact you control. And it can't be blocked this turn. I like this card. I like stuff like this. Whir of Invention. Search your library for an artifact card. I don't know if we already saw this one or not. Can't remember. I think so, because it's a mythic, right? Search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost X or less. Put it into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. It's not awful. I don't think we have any bomb artifacts where that's like need to have it in there. But okay, this one we might not play, but it's a 5 mana 2/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and draw 2 cards. Well, that's pretty good. And then Contraband Kingpin. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. And it's got lifelink. Maverick Thopterist, 5 mana 2/2, improvise. When Maverick Thopterist enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 tokens with flying. Again, that's not bad. The improvise is going to be huge. So let's be a little bit. Let's just start putting what we think we're going to play in. and we're not committed to it yet. Put in one of those. Put in one of those. Getting 3 energy. It's just a creature. I don't think it's that bad. Thriving Turtle, sure. I don't think I'm going to get Minister of Inquiries in there. I might end up putting it in. Doesn't. Revolutionary Rebuff, I really don't like that card. And this might be worth it for a payoff to use up my energy to get me like more card advantage. Implement of Examination, sure. Then we'll add in another Shipwreck Moray. All right, let's check our black cards. Night Market Lookout. When it becomes tapped, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I'm not a fan of like 1 mana cards like this. I want my cards to do like lots of work, and I'm just my play style is it's either mid range or a little bit towards the later like controlling. I just want my cards to have lots of value. I don't like to play aggro, and this doesn't even seem like that great of an aggro card. And what my feel that I'm getting from the set, not knowing much about it, is that it's not a very aggressive set yet. But I could be wrong on that. All right, Die Young, 2 mana sorcery. Choose target creature, you get 2 energy. Then you may pay any amount of energy. The creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each energy paid this way. So this is good. It's like 2 mana, -2/-2, with the upside that you could do more. I really like this. I think this is great removal. Rush of Vitality, 2 mana instant. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains lifelink and indestructible till the end of turn. There's always black cards like this in every set, and I don't think I've never been very impressed by most of them. Underhanded Designs, 2 mana enchantment. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And you could sacrifice this card to destroy target creature. Activate this ability only if you control 2 or more artifacts. Wow. The first part of it is negligible, but not, well, it's not that bad. But the second part looks really good. I mean, this is just 2 mana. Well, 4 mana to destroy target creature, and you have to have 2 or more artifacts. Well, we definitely plan on having lots of artifacts. I like it. Okay, 3 mana, 2/3 with Menace. I think that's quite good. Evasion's just awesome in the draft environment. Okay, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Put a +1/+1 counter. Activate only anytime you can cast a sorcery. That's not bad. I wish it had Menace or something, or better stats, but that's okay. Flying 2/1 bat. It gets +1/+0 as long as you control an artifact. So a 3 mana 3/1 flyer is good. Let's throw it in. Mind Rot. I don't like these cards that much. I always feel like every time I cast them, opponent has outs, but I recognize that this card can be really good if you're playing a very tight game. Marionette Master. Yes. Oh, do we miss this one? Live Fast. You draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, and get 2, and it costs 3 at sorcery speed. I like it. It kind of works with the game plan. It's card advantage. You just play it. If it's hanging out in your hand, you get 2 free energy. You are paying a card to draw 2 cards, which is not great. And the downside hardly matters, like losing 2 life. It's usually worth it to get ahead. I'm going to add in these creatures. And maybe on Live Fast. We'll throw it in. So this could be our deck. I mean, I want to add in a bunch of artifacts first. And we've got a fair amount of creatures, but just looking over our list, we don't have really good creatures. Gearseeker Serpent might be like a win condition. Just swing in a couple times with this one. Okay, after this, we're going to check our artifacts. Ornithopter 0/2 flyer is a fine card. Equipment. Creature gets +1/+2, and this costs 1. Whenever an artificer enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach Inventor's Goggles to it. I like this. How many things are artificers? We have 1. We have 1 card. But the fact that it's a 1/2, you throw it on Ornithopters. Or the Ornithopter. Okay, maybe. Renegade Map enters the battlefield tapped. Sacrifice it. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. I don't like that. That's like a lot of steps for just a card. So it enters the battlefield tapped, so you have to wait till next turn. Then that next turn, you have to sacrifice it. All you get is a basic land card. It puts it into your hand, and then you shuffle your library. So I'd rather just have a basic land. The only reason this would be worth playing is if you're trying to up your artifact synergy. But I don't even think this justifies. Like, Ornithopter costs 0, and it gives you a 0/2 flyer. You can work with that. You can do things. This card doesn't give you... It seems like a lot that I have to pay 1 and use up a card for. Actually, I don't know if anyone's watching this, but you can totally come in, hang out on the Discord too. Here, I'll even link the Discord. Let's do that right now. Here, we'll do invite people, copy. I think that pinned. We'll add a public comment. Discord is live. Come hang out. Then I wonder if I can edit the... If I can edit the title of the stream. It just says Michael Coolman live stream right now. Edit video. Yeah, we'll change it. So drafting to win. Live stream. Kaladesh. Okay, good. Change the title, put the Discord in, and if you guys are watching this in the future, you can always, like, when I do live streams, I'm going to have the Discord live, and you can come in and hang out. All right, good. Let's keep on going. Eager Construct. 2 mana for 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, your opponent can scry 1. I don't like that. You can scry 1, your opponent can scry 1. I don't want to play any cards that benefit my opponent. Unless they give me so much upside that it's worth it. But in this case, it's not. 2 mana, Prophetic Prism. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. I like that. And you can pay 1 to add 1 mana of any color. It's okay. I think this is better than Renegade Map. Just looking at it. But Sky Skiff. 2 mana for 2/3 flyer, and the crew is 1. I like it. I think it's fine. Consulate Turret for 3 mana. You tap it, you get energy. I like that you get an energy every turn. And then you can use this to pay 3. It deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. Fine. I don't know if 3 mana is worth it to get an energy a turn. But if you're going to just play an artifact, that seems good. Daredevil Dragster is a 3 mana 4/4 with crew 2. It's a vehicle. At the end of combat, if Daredevil Dragster attacked or blocked this combat, put a velocity counter on it. If it has 2 or more velocity counters, sacrifice it and draw 2 cards. Actually, I think that's good. I think that's really good. So we'll have to pay attention for crew 2. Because I don't have a lot of creatures that have 2 power. Okay. Mobile Garrison, 3 mana 3/4, crew 2. When Mobile Garrison attacks, untap another target artifact or creature you control. I like that. A 4 mana 6/6 vehicle with crew 3. I like this one too. I just like all the vehicles, but I don't think that's going to make it to this deck. There's just no evasion. Having a 6/6 sounds good, but having to pay 4 for it and then crew it out for 3. Most likely, if I have a 3 mana or 3 power creature, like this one, I'd rather be swinging with my Gear Seeker Serpent. And then I don't have anything else. Yeah, so it's not going to make it. Untethered Express, 4 mana 4/4 with trample. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Crew 1. Yeah, this is a better card than Iron Tread Crusher. I'm going to have lots of crew 1s available. Barricade Breaker. Get into the big artifacts. They always have something like this. It's an artifact creature. It's a 7/5 with Improvise. Attacks each combat if able. This is not a horrible card. It's going to come out pretty cheap. So it seems like I want to play Ornithopter. Inventor's Goggles. Maybe Prophetic Prism. Sky Skiff. Maybe. Consulate Turret. Maybe. Okay, let's take some time. Let's think about it, and let's look over our other ones. I don't think I'm going to go into these colors, but let's go. It's worth going through them pretty quickly to see if maybe I should switch. So Built to Last is a combat trick. +2/+2. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. When an ETBs create a 1/1 token, you could pay 2 to sacrifice it, create a token. So you're paying 2 to get 2 1/1s. Well, you're paying like 4 mana to get 2 1/1s. That's not a lot of value. 2 mana 1/3. Okay, you just use energy to give other things flying. Impeccable Timing. Yeah, it's going to be good. Not good enough to switch colors. Fairgrounds Warden. When it ETBs, exile target creature an opponent controls until Fairgrounds Warden leaves the battlefield. Wow, that's really good. Really good removal. Yeah, that's a great card. Herald of the Fair. When it ETBs, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. 3 mana, 6/6, crew out for 4. Okay, not worth switching colors. 3 mana, can attack, block, or crew vehicles. Okay, that's interesting. Creatures you control gets +2/+1. Refurbish. Oh, you guys remember the one standard deck? Oh man, it used refurbish, and what's it called? It was the crazy large artifact. We'll look it up. Kaladesh Remastered, Heart of Kiran, no. Metallic Rebuke. Here, let's do decks with refurbish. Is it Godpharaoh's Gift? Was Godpharaoh's Gift the card? Yes, it was. Okay, here, we'll show this on screen. You guys see that? Yeah, there used to be a deck like this where you put Walking Ballistas. Oh, no, this is like a modern version of it. But you used to play... Basically, the point of the deck was for this one, for Godpharaoh's Gift. Oh, and this was Hour of Devastation, if I'm not mistaken. So at the beginning of combat, on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card. It converts a 4/4 black zombie. It gains haste till end of turn. This was like an insane card. If you could get this out using refurbish, put Godpharaoh's Gift. Yeah, you used to have Champion of Wits. Enters the battlefield, you draw cards, and you could go fish for it. Yeah, that was cool. So that's kind of cool to see that card again. I knew it came out in this set, but now I get to draft with it. Okay, we're gaining Vigilance, Cloudblazer, Renegade Map. Oh, let's turn that off. So yeah, there's nothing worth playing in white. So we're making the right decision so far to not play white. Let's check red. I'm not a huge red player. I don't know why. It's my least favorite color. Although I really like Rakdos, but yeah, in the draft formats, I tend to go with white was my favorite for a while, for a couple sets. I always like black. I always like blue. Green is okay. Yeah. Red, not so much. Just don't like their playstyle. First strike, 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 1/1. Wow, that's a really good card. A 2-mana 2/1 with first strike gives you energy, and then it has an energy payoff. This is like a huge for a common. That seems really good. Cathartic Reunion. Okay. 2-minute instant. Either your creature gets +4/+0 and gains trample, or 2 creatures get +2/+0. Yeah, that's a fine combat trick. Whenever Speedway Fanatic crews a vehicle, that vehicle gains haste at the end of turn. All right, that's kind of cute. 3-mana 3/3 frontline rebel attacks each combat if able. Okay. Oh, that's kind of bad. It's not that great. Like if you had a 3/3 for 3 mana, I'm not even sure if I would play that, let alone having a downside. Hijack. Gain control of target artifact or creature till end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste. Yeah, that's going to see some play. That's going to be used against me. Hungry Flames deal 3 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. So 3 mana to deal 3 damage. That's good in this format. If you discard a card, whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That's good. Yeah, it seems like we got some good red stuff. So I'm open to putting this in and taking one of these colors out or trying for 3 colors. I'm not convinced that 3 colors is going to be the best use, the best consistency for this deck yet. So whenever Spire Side Infiltrator becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's good. A 3 mana 3/2 that just ekes out a little bit of extra damage. And then a 5 mana 5/4. It's average. We saw this one. I don't think it's worth putting in. I'm not going to play around this. And then this card. Okay. So some good red commons and uncommons, but not enough to make me switch colors, I don't think. Attune with Aether. Didn't this card get like banned or something? Everyone was playing this with Teamer. What was it called? Teamer Energy. Oh my god. When I first started Standard, every deck was Teamer Energy. It was insane. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and you get 2 energy. Really high value card, just for 1 mana. Commencement of Festivities. Yeah, okay. Druid of the Cowl, that's good. Help you ramp. Narnum Cobra gains Death Touch. It's a 2 mana 2/1 artifact creature. That's good. Decent. Appetite for the Unnatural. Destroy target artifact or enchantment and you gain 2 life. Yeah, this is good. Just a 3 mana instant speed. Take care of their problem. It's a good trade. It's a little expensive, 3 mana to defeat it, but you can get really good value and take out one of their big artifacts. Okay. So reach and fabricate 1. It's okay. Rishkar, I think that's really good in the right deck. 4 mana sorcery speed, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Nah, I mean it'll see play but for sorcery speed, nah. Pima Outrider, trample 3/3, fabricate 1, and it costs 4 mana. Okay. 5 mana 4/4 with trample with revolt. This ability triggers if another permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. Remember the most famous card from that I saw was Fatal Push. So Lifecraft Cavalry enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. It's a very, very green spell. So that's it. That's all I have for green. I liked a lot of this. I don't know. I don't think it's enough to switch over. I think the skeleton of this deck that we have right now, these 45 cards, the best deck that you've seen from all of this so far in my sealed pool is this deck. Something like it. So let's continue on doing this. Okay. What are we thinking of? We have 14 creatures, 14 non-creatures. To me, that says that we need to get rid of non-creatures for now, unless they're justifiable and we keep the artifacts in. We have 7 artifacts right now. Equipments, Thopters, vehicles. For Ornithopter, it literally does nothing unless it's artifact synergy. So Inventor's Goggles, even if we use 2 cards to make Ornithopter good, 1, 2, I don't think that's worth it. I really like Die Young. I'm going to keep that in for sure. Okay, I like that. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Contraband Kingpin is pretty cheap, and it's going to activate, probably crew it out a lot, or just as a good blocker. When it enters battlefield, draw a card. So yeah, Prophetic Prism, just a replacement effect. This does nothing, and it costs 3. I'm going to take it out. Metallic Rebuke, gotta keep that in. Alley Strangler. This card's good. It's going to get damage in. We'll think about it for now. Having a 3/1 flyer is really good. Live Fast maybe won't make the cut. I do like the getting energy. Maybe it won't make the cut. Daredevil Dragster, crew 2. So let's think about this for now. How often will we be able to crew it out? So far, no. This. So we could, if I have 2 Alley Stranglers, so far I see 3 creatures that I can crew 2. To me, that doesn't make this vehicle worth playing. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we can play Daredevil Dragster. So Leave in the Dust, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card for 4 mana. This is good for if we're playing the tempo style. You know, they spend all their mana, they put a big green or red idiot out there, we bounce it on their end step, and then we get card advantage, try to take over. I like it. I think it's going to be good in this format for Sealed. Sealed, people can create some crazy decks, though. I'm more like scared of Sealed. In regular drafts, people just can't put together as good of decks as they want. But in Sealed, people put together crazy stuff. Again, more tempo. It's kind of anti-tempoing myself and just getting card advantage. But I could see that being good. Like if you bounce your Ornithopter and play it back out, which gets you a free card. And it's instant speed. Yeah, I'm going to keep it in. Oh, of course, bouncing back stuff like this. Okay, I see. This is what I love about Magic. You could kind of see the synergies. I love figuring this all out. So, all right, paradoxical outcome, our Shipwreck Moray. All of a sudden, we're getting, lots and lots of energy to work with, which makes something like Live Fast not as good because this card only gets us 2 energy, and I have to. It replaces itself, but probably Live Fast is not going to make the cut because I'm just thinking that I can get energy through other ways, more efficient ways. And there's also payoffs for this. You get 4 energy, but then you pay 1 and it becomes a creature with +2, -2. I don't like paying energy to make this into a 2/3 so that I can vehicle out something like crew 2. Does that make sense? Like I don't think that's worth it. That's like a lot of steps. That doesn't seem efficient. Crewing out 1 I'll be able to do. And whenever this attacks, it gets a +1/+1 counter. I like stuff like this. It seems like the move is to try to make this into Fabricate 3, and choose to put 3 counters on Marionette Master. That way you do the max amount of damage. It's kind of a controlling style. And then if you need to, you can play it and have blockers. And then 1 or 2 swings with Gear Seeker Serpent is going to end the game. That costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Okay. Whir of Invention. Searching my library for an artifact card with converted mana cost extra less than put it in the battlefield, then shuffle your library. I didn't get any bombs and anything worth going into my deck. So although I like this card, it's not going to make the cut. It's just too much mana to try to find something that isn't even that good. Having 2 Gear Seeker Serpents. There's not a whole lot of mana fixing. It's kind of a bummer. Okay, for black, would we ever consider taking black out of this deck and adding like green or red? And that way we can I'm going to keep blue. I have enough blue cards. And so we're kind of building a controlling tempo based. So we just need some creature. We want to outvalue our opponent. We're not going to be aggroing them down. So something like Alley Strangler is not going to... It kind of plays into an evasive low to the ground style, which doesn't fit with our overall style. Because I want to win the game with like Gear Seeker Serpent, Marionette Master, outvaluing with Untethered Express. This card giving us... It's a big body. It's a 0/5. Gives us lots of energy. And it's got some upside if we pay energy. These 2 cards are Tempo. This is a good evasive creature, because most likely we're going to have an artifact in play. So if I played green, I would put in a Tune with Aether. I would put in probably both of these Druid of the Cowls. I'd put in the Narnim Cobra, Rishkar, and probably the Lifecraft Cavalry. And for black, I want to keep in Die Young. Underhanded Designs I could take out. Alley Stranglers, I could take out both of these. Foundry Screecher, I could take that out. Marionette Master, I want to keep in. But do I want to keep it in enough to... Like, I just didn't get that great of artifacts, but maybe that's okay. Because I don't really have a payoff for Ornithopter. If I had Ornithopter, I wouldn't keep in... Prophetic Prism is mana fixing, which I'm now valuing more because I'm thinking about adding in a 3rd color. Which does make Renegade Map better than I thought, because really what you're doing is just playing this for cheap. Replaces itself. You get to find the basic land. If I'm playing 3 colors, that's going to help. And then actually putting the Renegade Map, sacking itself, putting it into the graveyard, is the payoff for Marionette Master. So in that way, it's better than I initially thought. Having a crew card is good because it's going to be a 2/3 flyer. And the payoffs, you know, this is really easy to get a payoff and make this into a 1/4, which means then the Sky Skiff gets in. I can use that. Yeah, this is good. Clint Crest. Then Aether Theorist, you know, you're just paying this This is good. A 2 mana for 1/3 body gets you 3 energy. It's got payoff for the energy if you're getting like land screwed. You can search for something. I like Aether Theorist. Gonna keep that one in. Ice Over's removal, Die Young's removal, Underhanded Designs is removal. It's conditional removal, but it's still good enough for now. This is artifact payoff. Yeah, I'm liking the moves we're making. Metallic Rebuke, Leaving Dust, Tempo, just a body that gets us energy. Yeah, having these 2 cards as our bombs, even though I know it's just a common, but I do think this is pretty close to a bomb. Now, should I play 1 or 2 of the Gear Seeker Serpents? I want 2 because I think I can get a high amount of payoff. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 with some Fabricate artifacts. Having the Consulate turret is pretty good. Not pretty good, but it's... You get energy each turn. I don't want to fall behind, but I do have some tempo, so I can... I'm paying 3 energy to deal 2 damage. So far, I haven't seen like a need to put in green cards yet. And this is a good green card, but only if I have other green cards. It's not worth only putting 1 of in. Rishkar might be, but getting the payoff. You're paying 3 mana off color to put in +1/+1 counters on each of up to 2 target creatures. I don't know. And this card is really good. I wouldn't play that. I wouldn't play that. No. 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 Hungry Flames, maybe. Human Artificer, probably not. Probably not. No. And yeah, I actually think I would play that. So let's get crazy. Let's put in the Maverick Thopterist. Let's put in the Aether Chaser. Hungry Flames. So I've taken out a lot of black cards. Like if I'm Underhanded Designs, 7 artifacts. Is that going to be enough to pay off for Underhanded Designs? Let's say no. More removal. In that case, consulate turret. My worry now is because I put in these few red cards, I might be going like aggressive when that's not my actual game plan. But then I could take out stuff like this. Like I don't need the 2 extra energy and then using the energy. So you could take out stuff like Thriving Turtle. Renegade map is going to help us. Like I'm not as scared going 3 colors because we have Renegade maps. And Prophetic Prisms. Which is good because it replaces itself and then it gives me the ability to mana fix. You know, this isn't bad what we have right now. And we added more good creatures in, or you know, one really good creature, the Maverick Thopterist. Inventor's Goggles is getting better because I'm adding more Artificers. I have 1, 2, 3. Wow, three's not worth putting Inventor's Goggles in. Or is it? Okay, if I were to put Inventor's Goggles in, it would really benefit. It would do okay if I put on the Aether Theorist. It would do really well if I put it on the Glint Crane. It would do well on the Aether Chaser. It would do okay on the Contraband. Sky Skiff, I don't think I can put it on vehicles, but maybe. Maybe I'll take out the Consulate turret and put on Inventor's Goggles. It would do well on this one. It would also do well putting on the flying tokens. Okay. So I'm not sure if Inventor's Goggles is going to be worth it because we also only have 10 creatures, 13 non-creatures. So maybe Inventor's Goggles won't make it. And we got to add in more creatures. Maybe like a Quicksmith Genius. It's just a solid body. And we could use more 3-mana creatures. Yep. Yeah, maybe what I'm thinking that Sky Skiff isn't as good. It's just a vehicle. It is evasive. But I don't think we're going to have these creatures just hanging out all the time. Maybe I'll take Sky Skiff out. Yeah. Let's put a Spire side Infiltrator in. And then take out Sky Skiff. Did we go too low on the artifacts? We have 5 artifacts. You know, the Marionette Master is good enough on its own because it fabricates 3. Gear Seeker. I like the moves we're making with this deck. It's a little bit more aggressive than I initially thought. But now I'm at the point where I'm kind of overthinking it. So I just want to get into the game and see if we're totally on track. Like, this is what I love about competition is you can think all day and plan and strategize, but nothing matters until you actually get out there on the almost cringe, like the battlefield. I don't want to say it like that, but like you get out, you put it on the court, you put it on the field, you put it on in the arena and try out your ideas. And that's where you get the feedback of you're totally wrong, or here's how you can improve. And in that way, I actually enjoy losing because it means, okay, I thought this way and then it was totally wrong. So I'm going to rethink how I'm doing things. And I don't like sitting around and overthinking stuff, even though I've taken like a lot of time to do this right now. But it's kind of because I'm on stream, I'm thinking about things. It's my first time seeing this set, reading through the cards. But let's do a couple, like, let's look over it. Let's make sure we have enough lands. 12 blue sources, 3 black sources, 5 red sources, 17 lands, 7, 5, and 5. So I'm thinking it might be worth it to take out a swamp and put in another mountain. Gets a little risky because I have a 2 black marionette that I really want to play. Would you take out an island? Maybe like take out a swamp, put in a mountain, take out an island, put in a swamp. We're at 6, 5, 6 with a lot more blue sources. 12 sources versus 5. So taking out a mountain, putting in an island, 7, 5, 5. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Going 3 colors is always risky, but look at that. It paid off. Yeah, this is a keepable hand. We'll just put out a red. Oh, punished. Nope. I don't know if it's better to play this first or attack first. I don't think it matters. Or I don't know if it matters yet. So game sounds a little bit loud for me, so I'm going to turn it down. Uses removal on something I don't really care about that much. Get our second black source out. This doesn't have haste. I want to get +1 counters on this guy. It can't attack yet. Okay, let's play this out. Get 4 energy. Where's the energy show up? Right here. Cool. And we'll pay for it. And we'll crew this out. Then we'll attack. Destroy target creature power 3 or greater. Okay. So next turn, I don't think we play the Gear Seeker. So that's too bad. So if you want to play the Mountain, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this costs 7. When I just battlefield, create a 1/1. Okay, not scared of it. Okay, it's nice we have a Rebuke just in case. We'll attack with both of them. Get some extra damage in. If he blocks, I'll hit it once. If he doesn't block, I think I'm going to do it twice. Oh, wait. Oh, that might have been a mistake. But he's using a card to defeat anyway, so that's not worth rebuking. The mistake I thought I made was I thought I did it before declare blockers. But as it turns out, he used his removal. That's honestly fine with me. So if I draw a land, the Gear Seeker Serpent's going to be huge. Or if I just saw something else. Yeah. Yeah, I might as well. It's not a huge card. I'm going to let this resolve. I'm going to let it resolve. Because if I can get the Gear Speaker Serpent out, I have board control. Okay, got removal. We have the Gear Speaker Serpent. I don't need to have my removal out because 1 damage to each opponent. So he's got good aggressive stuff, but I have a lot of life total. Okay, swinging with our flyers. Okay, he's doing stuff just to fill up his board a little bit and do a little bit of damage to me. It's nothing super impactful yet. I still have counter magic and removal in case he plays something that can block my flyers. If I use this, I'll only have 1 mana open. The improvise can bring it down. So I should be able to play Metallic Rebuke for 1, right? So Okay, and next turn we have a win, and we have counter magic up. We also have removal. Okay, we'll block the biggest amount of damage. If he's got something that pumps up his creatures, that could be, I mean, I'll counter it. So he plays that 4 mana, you know, like white spell +2/+1 to all your creatures. Yeah, that one. Oh, I thought I could. Yikes. So am I just reading this wrong? Oh, you know what? It doesn't reduce the cost. I have to use my artifacts to tap it. So I didn't have counter magic. Okay. Well, I learned a lesson and I didn't lose. So. Okay. Cool. All right. After the first game, knowing what we know now, didn't have mana problems that game. It's probably a good thing that I put in, like the Maverick Thopterus was good there. And we did end up swinging just once or twice with the Gearseeker Serpent. We had good artifact. Yeah, I think the deck performed well just in that one data set, that one point of data that we have so far. It's kind of weird, like talking to like nobody out there, but knowing that people might rewatch this in the future. And if so, I'm kind of curious to how did you consume the content? Did you like click through the video and get to this point? Are you only watching the gameplay? Did I take too much time thinking about the things in the beginning? Like I'm kind of curious about all those questions, and I just don't know. This is different type of content than just doing a regular drafting to win video, which is a little bit more edited and just quicker. So here we have two huge things. Mana's fine. I don't think this is worth keeping. It's like almost good enough. You know what? I will keep it because I have enough mana and I could play this out for cheaper, and I'm hoping to draw the rest of my stuff. Marionette Masters could be a long, long way away, but oh, there we go. That's something. Okay, we'll play that. This costs one to... Oh, no, it doesn't cost anything to crack, so we can save it. So we could save it and get a black source if we need it. Could also just replace. I'm not scared about the 2 damage yet. Let's... Yeah, so it comes down to Prophetic Prism or Glint Nest Crane. Let's do Glint Nest Crane for now. Just put something on the field. We whiffed. And there's upside to keeping this on the field if I don't need anything yet, and I could use it. So let's just save. Let's save it as much as possible, because I could have the payoff later at Marionette Master. It also, while it's on the battlefield, just enables me to do stuff like the Gearseeker Serpent. Okay, we've got a black source. Play that out. And I think it's worth just playing out on curve. Let's swing and see if they do anything. Nope. And let's see if they counter this. Nope. And we have mana up for next turn, so no use to using the Renegade map yet. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Tap target land. Doesn't untap. Not a big deal. Opponent's just guessing on the red source. I think that's fine. They used it at sorcery speed, so they gave up their turn to kill something of mine that I don't really care about that much. As it turned out, it worked out for them, so it's too bad. Okay, it seems like the end of next turn, we'll pop this and grab another red source. No, another black source. Okay, this doesn't say like I can only do it on my turn or anything like that. Okay, in that case, I'll crack it on opponent's end step. The reason you wait for as long as possible is because what if my opponent has something that like they play a card and try to kill this, then I can use it. So you're almost like putting it out as bait. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, this card gains flying until end of turn. Okay. And we'll get a black. Play it. So I doubt they'll flash out an artifact. At this point, it comes down to, should I attack with the glue? No, I'm going to keep it because me saving 2 damage for my opponent is worth more to me right now than inflicting 1 point of damage. So we're kind of developing on the board. Kind of glad that I put the Maverick Thopterist in. It's worked out last game and this game. So far, I feel really good about our position. We have card advantage over our opponent. We have the board advantage is fine. Opponent doesn't realize that this comes in hasted, so they just tap down a creature for no reason. Or it doesn't come in haste. So they're figuring it out. So even though I don't know the set very much, you can see right here, my opponents don't know the set as much either. So it's, even for your lack of knowledge, you're kind of there's some upside to it too. I think I want to take that and just trade, and I'll keep up everything else and take 3 damage. Because I'm ahead, I don't mind trading 1 for 1. Okay, we'll just throw out the land. Gear Seeker Serpent. We could play Gear Seeker and then Aether Chaser. I think that's great. And what we're doing is building up the Marionette Master. If I put out the Marionette Master now, I could swing with 2 of these. and keep one behind. And if he attacks with it, I can just block. I've got a lot of life total. Now let's just throw everything out. And then attack all the way. If he attacks with this, I'll block it with this guy. He has to play an artifact. We could have 4 damage coming through. I'll block it with that, and I'll block this guy with that. I can let 3 damage go through. So because I know I'm safe and I'm kind of planning what I'm going to take and how much I'm going to take, the rest can go towards opponent's face, because I'm trying to, at this point, you don't want to let them run away. You don't want to play super conservative. Okay. Not sure why they're doing that. I think that was straight up just a mistake. Oops. Yep. All right. And then with this guy, we'll pump up the Marionette Master. Swing, 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 swing. And then maybe we'll keep both these back. And I'll block with these 2. Yeah. That's the most amount of damage. What am I doing? I'm paying 2 to create a 1/1? Yeah, absolutely. So opponent can't block well, and they can't attack, because then I'll block it with my Thopters and they'll take it. So yeah, good game. All right. This opponent wasn't very good, and seems new to the format, so we got advantage from it. Okay, if we play this, yeah, there's not a whole lot I could do wrong in that situation. Let's keep going. That worked out really nicely. Actually, I'm going to go grab some coffee. Okay, we got counter magic up. That's not that helpful. Paradoxical outcome, not that great. We don't have a black source. And then we're 2 away from the Maverick Thopterist. It's a risk if I choose to keep this. I'm going first, so I'm not as scared of aggro. I'm going to keep it. I really don't like going down to 6 cards. And if you've constructed a deck well, and I think I have here with like good 40 cards and things like that. So because I have constructed the deck well, I think it's going to work out. Like you draw the right amount of lands, you have the right balance of lands. Okay, so even though I'm not getting my black source, it's still okay. Opponent's not showing a lot of aggression. We're able to develop. We're able to just play lands. When Rogue Refiner enters the battlefield, this is a great target to counter. Yeah, Rogue Refiner is an awesome card. It replaces itself, gets 2 energy. It would be a 3 power threat that I can't deal with on the board right now. Really happy I was able to counter that. And look at that. We were very lucky. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Keeping a hand, you just kind of trust the deck that you constructed. The reason I took that, and it was a risk, like a calculated risk, is because of the work I did before this game. That's kind of the preparation that goes into it. And it's kind of cool that you guys, if you're seeing this in the future, can go back and see all that like hour or whatever I spent putting together a sealed deck so that you can get wins here in game 3, you know, being up 2-0, playing in the 3rd game. So okay. So good. Maverick Thopterist is so far the MVP of this deck. Been able to do a lot with this. Just having 2 1/1 flyers. Next turn we could play the Gear Speaker or Gear Seeker Serpent, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's worth attacking in. At any point we could do Paradoxical Outcome on this one, draw 2 cards. We'll find our black source eventually. Okay. He's loading up on the energy. But the board is not that scary. Okay, we could find our black source. Could play Renegade Map into Gear Speaker Serpent. I have pretty healthy life total right now, so I'm not that scared yet. It might be worth bouncing. So if I play the Renegade, then bounce 1, 2, 3 on the end step. Or I could just play the Gear Seeker Serpent now and then Paradoxical Outcome on the next end step, gain card advantage, and then take over the game from there. Kind of like that game plan. Whenever you cast instant source speed, you get 2 energy, pay 5 energy, deals 3 damage to any target. All right, that's scary. It's not that scary, but opponent has lots of energy. Okay, good. We found an ice over. I don't want to ice over any targets yet. Oh, wait. Ice over would do really well for the Dynavault Tower. It's kind of cool. Let's let opponent use that, and then we'll Paradoxical Outcome. That sounds like a plan. I'm not going to use the Renegade map to find my black source yet because there's just not... I don't need to. I would rather use this card, bounce it with Paradoxical Outcome. Okay, I think my opponent's going to be using this now. Well, maybe not. We'll see. So I took out a card. They're probably going to use the Dynavolt Tower. They're going to kill off my Gear Seeker Serpent. If my opponent uses the Dynavolt Tower to try to kill this, at that point I'm going to Paradoxical Outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, and then play them over. Right, and then I have this much mana. I will probably draw a source of mana, and then I can ice over this card. Because that's the biggest threat right now. Oh, you know what? It's on my end step, so I can't actually play the ice over, but that's okay. All right, so do 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll bounce, 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 bounce. We'll discard this card. That card. That card. That's right. That's 1, 2, 3. I think that's okay. I mean, I hope it's okay. We'll see. Yikes. The one thing I have going for me is that it's just not a whole lot of damage. Still have a lot of life to work with. Okay, we'll play that. I think we'll play this. Now, you know what? Let's play this card, and at least we get the scrying benefit. Could play Renegade Map, but it comes in the battlefield tapped, so that's a bad downside. Let's play a little bit safe and just develop. We would like to keep that on. So 3 mana removal. Yeah, having removal is good. We're ahead in card advantage, just get more ahead. All right, what are we thinking here? Renegade Map. At this point, do we need more lands? I'm going to say no. Well, we definitely don't need a mountain. Play the Gear Seek. Ooh, okay, yeah. We'll do the Glint Nest Crane. I'm a little bit under pressure right now, so I don't know if I'm making the exact right move. That's 3 whiffs in a row. It's too bad. And we'll just kill it. I don't know if we're gonna kill it. I don't think we need to right now. Let's keep on developing. I don't feel that pressured. If the opponent attacks, we could block. I think I'm going to do that. These have reach. So we attack with 1, and the opponent attacks will block, block, block. Deal 1 damage. Okay, block, block, block. Oh no. Shit. That's a mistake. Okay, let's get rid of that while we can. It's so late at this point, but man, I hope I don't like lose because of that. I feel like I was ahead, and now I'm just less so at this point. I'll have to rewatch this game to see what I could have done more optimally. He's paying 1, he's scrying. Okay, can't really stop that. Is it worth thinning out the deck? No, because we could get Marionette. Okay, Prophetic Prism. It's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scry. Yeah, I think we'll keep another Prophetic Prism. You know what? No, we won't. We'll get something different. Okay. Yeah, we can discard this to draw a card. Having an untethered vehicle, or sorry, untethered express, having a vehicle on there. I think that's good. I think it's actually better than playing the Gear Seeker. Yeah, Aether Chaser on this battlefield is actually not as good. We're looking for the Marionette. That's what we're looking for. I'll decline. And then I will swing 1 in the air because it's safe to do so. And if the opponent attacks, I'll get the Untethered Express out. Okay, opponent's scrying. I felt the Untethered Express was a good one to play because it's just having an artifact on the field. And okay, it used up a removal. So I actually would way rather him use the Malfunction on this than my Gear Seeker. Okay, we'll swing with this. We'll swing with that. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth swinging with the quick Smith Genius. I'm going to say yes, although that could be a risk. So I just traded off something that doesn't really matter. At least they can't ramp. I didn't care that much about my 3-2. In some ways, maybe it would have been worth it in case I get another artifact. I'm not sure. I'm not going to think about it. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery speed, get 2, so he's still getting that. Target creature you control gains vigilance and trample. Till end of turn, it deals damage equal to its power. Okay. Not a big loss for me. If I swing, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. So he can't even kill this thing. If he blocks this, he's got 4 points of damage, so I could just swing. I don't need to make it unblockable. But I don't have anything else. I don't think it's worth bluffing my opponent. Yeah, as I said that, I think I'm going to keep on doing that. So make this unblockable. I kind of hope he blocks. Well, maybe not, because I want to kill him quickly. So perhaps it would have been worth it to make it unblockable. Just do 1, 2, 3 swings. Because he's scrying and he could find an out. Yeah, all right. I take it back. I should have made it unblockable and just started swinging in. Because he's kind of got 3 turns to look at the top 6 cards off the top of his deck. All right, let's just play it out. One, two, three. Here I'm just gaining the life link. He doesn't even have to kill this. I think we're 2 turns away from winning. Okay. Gains 3 life. Still puts us on a 2-turn clock. And there it is, Marionette Master. Yep. So that's what we're looking for. We would have used Renegade Map. That's why we're saving it the entire time. And then would have done the damage. All right, 3 wins. Let's keep it going. I honestly think the first game was the hardest one. Maybe that game, but I felt pretty ahead for most of it in terms of board control. All right, Chubby Hamster. Let's go. Okay, Prophetic Prism, Ice Over, Shipwreck Moray, Gear Seeker Serpent. I don't know about that one, but trust. All right, we almost have all our mountains in the deck. Oh, there's something different. Let's play it. Okay, we are looking for a blue source. If we don't get it, it's not the end of the world. We're still okay. Do we play Ice Over on that thing? Save ourselves 2 damage. I think I'm going to, because I don't have blockers for the air. And this can do, if it swings 5 times, I'm in real trouble. If it swings 10 times, it wins the game. And I don't have a way to block it. So I'll let him get 1 swing in. And I don't know if that's the right call, but I don't know what he has, and I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm going very fast, so I really want to save every point of damage I can so I can give myself the most amount of time as this game develops. So even though that's not great, he can only tap it once to crew that out, so it's not a big deal. I have removal, which is good. I can get the Shipwreck Moray, the Paradoxical Outcome. So in that case, we'll just play this because I don't want to use my mana. I want to use my turn, my mana to develop on the board. And if my opponent plays something, I don't want to just react to them. So that's why you play this and don't save the Hungry Flames. And Shipwreck Moray has not been performing that well. So I would have to use two energy. Oh, wow. It's pretty good. I have to use 2 energy to make this big enough to go past this, and then we would trade. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's see if we get anything. Can we go 4 for 4? Yep, 4 for 4 whiffs. Now what do we do? Well, I would like to trade with this guy. Or at least do some damage. Huh. I don't know if this is the right move, but we're going to do it. Probably no blocks. We get 4 points of damage in. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. I really would have pumped this up. So that's too bad. That could be really impactful for later on. Like missing 4 points of damage when it gets down to it. Okay, when it ETBs, it's going to get 2 energy. He has 1/2 flyer. One of your attacks. So that's a big deal. Especially with the Chief of the Foundry. I'm going to kill it. I really don't want him to make 2/2 creatures, because this thing will just make them into 2/2 flyers. Most likely he's going to crew it out. Nothing I can do to stop that. I can block this creature, so he only does 3 points of damage. Okay, play that. Play the Renegade map. We can Paradoxical Outcome. We're going to attack with the Shipwreck Moray. We'll keep the Glint Nest Crane back in case he wants to attack with the Chief of the Foundry. On opponent's end step, we'll probably Paradoxical Outcome 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll draw 4 cards. Oh, yeah, he's got to crew it out. Well, he could have played another creature and crewed. So it's still the right move to keep the Glint Nest Crane. Now, we could block here and then use Paradoxical Outcome. We could save ourselves the 3 damage. If the opponent counters it, it could be really bad. They would have played a creature. I'm actually going to take 3 points of damage and play around possible counter magic. Yes. I said I was going to do that. Nah, let's play as if they don't have counter magic. 1, 2, 3, 4. We saved ourselves 3 points of damage. If they have the counter magic, I'm going to regret it and say I made the wrong choice. All right. Cool. We still don't have a blue source? This is insane. Or blue mana. All right. Well, it's good we drew our marionette. We absolutely need the Prophetic Prism. Oh, did I already play a land? Yikes. Because if I play the Prophetic Prism and draw, yikes, that's too bad. What if I draw a land here? Yep. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's okay, but it's just not optimal. So I can't play Contraband and Glint Nest. Or Glint Nest Crane. Okay. Well, we still could be okay. I should have played the island. Yeah. What we're worried about now is just this little damage from the flyers. Artifacts you control have hexproof. Bad. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control the artifact with the highest converted mana cost or tied for the highest, draw a card. Bad. I don't know about this game. Yeah, opponent has a pretty good deck here. They've got a good game plan, and it beats what we're doing. All right, let's absolutely play the island. If we played this, we would have 6 mana up, so we could play the Marionette Master. I'm thinking we just need to do this. Let's do that. Let's play the Marionette. Let's create 3 of these. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. That might be good enough. It's not removal, but it's something. I have to play quickly. Like, no, fuck. So if I had 4 extra points of damage, they would be at 8. If he's at 8 points of damage, yeah, this game's kind of a disaster. I missed 8 points of damage by just not clicking on this fucking card. Five damage this turn, and the next turn opponent wins. I might not have had it anyway, even if I didn't screw this up. Okay, more stuff. 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Okay. Dealing 1 point of damage. Yeah, GG. Seems the opponent just had good cards and they were going to win that game. even if I didn't have those little screw ups. But I just don't like to play that way and screw up. So that could have been a W. But nonetheless, let's keep going. All right, what do we got here? Renegade map allows me to scry. We've got removal. Yeah, this will be fine. We'll find creatures. Okay, I'll keep this back for now. Okay, there we go. We got something. Do I use it to develop or do I use it to attack? I'm going to use it to attack. It's just 1 point of damage. But I don't really need to scry for anything in particular right now. I think I'll pop the Renegade map. I'll find myself a black source. Thin out the deck just a little bit. Okay. Opponent's going to tap down my 3/2. I'm not even close to beating them. So I think I'm going to use this to pay 1, scry 1. I'm looking for something I can play or an island. And something I can play would be like that 4 mana artifact vehicle. Island works for me. He missed the thing. Okay, we're putting a lot of damage in. Okay, he's destroying it with power 3 or greater. Let's just counter it. Great. He missed it again. It's a little bit of a risk, but I want to get as much damage as possible. Oh, he didn't miss it. He just didn't have the mana for it. That's fine. Opponent must not have very good stuff. Okay. Still working out fine for me because I've got 2 extra points of damage with this card and removal. I got 3 points coming in. He's going to block one of them. So let's let him do this. The Quicksmith Genius. Okay. We'll attack with this guy because this doesn't have haste. And ways we're attacking versus saving it to scries, we're getting down to the wire on this game. And I really want to, no, we're not going to I want both of these. And I want to get every point of damage possible. I don't care about finding the right cards. I care about evading whatever my opponent's going to do. They only have 2 cards and this card to block damage. Okay. He doesn't know this, but that's actually good for me playing Hungry Flames on this, dealing 2 damage. He's going to block this creature, and then this creature gets in for damage. Or, sorry, the Quicksmith Genius. So that should be game unless they do something crazy. All right, we've got that. We're going to play this. Oh, I was 1 point off. So good game, he says. Gonna tap the target creature. So they have to play something. I always like to play this game at the end. So what could they play to get themselves back in the game? They have to play something that blocks 2 creatures worth of damage. They have to have 2 mana up. And then they have to, from there, gain enough card advantage over me. And I have to brick on like just lands or something. That's the only way my opponent can win. All right, looks like a whiff. I guess I was saying Glint Nest Crane is good, but it's not that great unless you construct your deck to be great with a lot of artifacts and stuff that you want to be drawing. Okay, creatures you control gain +1/+1 and gain vigilance till the end of a turn. So that's, I mean, this is pretty good from my opponent. They're doing things. Okay, we drew a card. No, I don't want to discard anything. I want to keep both of these cards in. Sorry about that. Could have had 1 mana off. And I would have been able to play it. But, okay, let's crew this out. Swing, swing. And they can't block both of them. And if they do block both of them, yeah. It's got trample as well, so. All right, good. This is a good run so far. I mean, just going fresh into Kaladesh and being up 4 wins, 1 loss. And the loss we could have made better improvements on. But yeah, I mean, that 4-1, I'm happy if I get, 5 or 6 wins, and obviously 7's the goal. But let's see, did we get our reward back? I think this cost us 2,000 gems to enter, right? So really you don't get your money back until you get 6 wins. So if we have a 50% win rate, we are on track to make our money back. But now it gets much harder because you're facing against other people with 4-1 decks at this point. So okay, we've got our removal. We've got a playable. We're looking for blue. And if we find it, we've got a playable. This is one of the better hands we've started out with. And we got more removal. Oh, opponent had a mulligan twice, huh? Sucks for them. All right, we'll play this. Got 2 forms of removal. Super big when the opponent is playing what seems to be aggressive, and they had a mulligan twice. So if they eke out, yeah, so we'll have to use removal on this. Can't use Die Young, which is kind of unfortunate, but we can use it to kill off 1 servo, save us a point of damage. I don't think that's worth it. Hungry Flames next turn would be worth it, so let's plan on doing that. Yikes, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Crew 2. We're going to do this so my opponent can't use that card to crew it. So that's why I killed it on his turn. Or my turn, even though it was instant speed. Worst case scenario, my opponent plays something that enables this to crew that creature because they're developing the board. They're able to use their vehicle. They're being on the aggressive. Yeah. Yep. Wow. Yeah, this is insane. We'll do Shipwreck Moray. That gives us Die Young energy. It's going to get close. I'm going to get to really low life. And if I end up winning, which my opponent keeps finding just gas. If we end up winning, it's going to be, we control the board with like very low life, like 2 or 3 life. And we just attack from there. So we'll see. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna do this. Pay 2. I like this style of deck that he's got. And then, oh, we might just have enough. Holy shit. Okay. Ice over. Die young. Right? We have to pay all 4, don't we? No. We have to pay 3. Oh, okay. Still possible. This. He's going to get advantage on one of the blockers. So I'll use a Maverick Thopterist on one of those. We'll have to sack a Thopter on this one. Hope he draws land. Oh my god. Okay, 1, 2. Is that right? No, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, unfortunately, just not enough. This deck was insane. We'll do nice. I don't see a way out of this. No. Nope. Boom. All right, good game. That I don't think we could have won that. Opponent drew very well, got lucky, created a good deck, had good cards. I don't mind those losses at all. I was just a good showcase for my opponent, so good game for them. All right, let's try to eke out at least one more win. I'm gonna be not too pleased if I don't get 5 wins with this deck, but we'll see how these games go. All right, this seems good. Did we go first? I didn't pay attention. Okay, we'll play that one first. We'll do this. Maybe I should have gone blue first. Okay, we'll play blue. We'll play this one. No reason to use the Renegade map yet. Yeah, we'll play that. I don't think that's worth Although, I mean, it could be. 2 points of damage turns into like 4, 6 points of damage. No, I'm not gonna do it because I want to save this for a more impactful card. Better than a 1-for-1. I obviously don't know if that's the right move yet. I have to see how this game develops, but I guess it's worth considering. I didn't have a follow-up. I don't know. I don't know if that was right. What is this card? A 2/3 flying trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, you get that many. Yeah, let's do that one. So next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could use it. Oh wait, it's not worth doing Renegade Map. It is doing Renegade Map at the end of next turn. Because then I would get the extra one. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This would cost 6 mana. Okay, maybe not. I wish my opponent was giving me some targets to ice over. I guess they tried and I countered it, but oh, I hate that card. But I do have a counter for it. One, two, three, four, 5. Now it's worth doing Renegade. Oh, I could have. No! Instead of doing the mountain, I could have done the Renegade, gotten a blue. No. No, it wouldn't have worked out that way. It wouldn't have worked out that way. Do we ice over the Dynavault Tower? No. We don't need to yet. I feel like I should be doing something. It's going way too slow. But my opponent isn't like doing anything crazy, so. Maybe they've got counter magic. If they've got counter magic, I'm going to lose the game. Here we go. Nope. Didn't even pause for it. Okay, crew 3, but they don't have anything yet. My opponent just has nothing. If they play something, I'll Hungry Flames it. Yeah, they're just not able to pump the Dynavault Tower up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Let's take that out. Do some damage. Maybe I should have saved the Hungry Flames and used the Ice Over on it. Is it worth scrying or doing damage? I'm going to say damage. Thriving Rhino. Marionette Master. Just make it into a big creature. A 4/7. Yeah. And we will scry. Hopefully opponent blocks. They probably won't. Yep. Nice. All right, we're at 5 wins. All right, let's keep it going. You know, I've been surprised that I haven't like gone in and made some changes. It seems like we spent a lot of time on the initial sealed deck and haven't had to make changes. I think that was because I was on stream doing it, and so I just like kind of forced me to sit down and think, justify why am I putting this in there, thinking about should I go to a third color or not. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I gave it enough thought, and obviously this run has worked out. This is, I would say, already worth it at this point. So I'm not concerned whether I win or lose. You know, if you get better cards, sometimes it's just easy to get 7 wins. Okay, we've got a playable. We've got counter magic. We've got paradoxical outcome. It's not great when you're going first, but I'm going to keep it anyway. Let's play. This doesn't matter a ton, but let's try to do a little bit of like throwing our opponent off. Death Touch, 1/2. Not that scary. Nope, not worth it. Let's see what we get. Another island. Let's just play that because we'll have no problems this game. Is it worth scrying? I don't think so. Well, it's not worth 1 point of damage. So in that case, we will scry. Totally fine. Renegade map enters the battlefield tapped. Yeah, it's just not much of something, but I'm not under a lot of pressure. Renegade map is just not what I want to see right now. It is a paradoxical outcome target. Let's do this. Let's just keep developing. Let's throw an island down, throw a renegade map, use Metallic Rebuke if they play something big. That's something big. Got Ice over. I could totally use on the 1/2. And I can actually even bounce the ice over back to my hand. I think I like that line of play. Ice over on the creature. Scry 2, draw 2 cards. Pretty good for them. Whoop. Okay, we're might as well do it at this point. 1, 2, 3. It's like drawing 3 cards. Shipwreck Moray. Now, you know what? Let's do 1, 2, Prophetic Prism. Okay. That's good. Let's do Renegade Map. Shipwreck Moray. Pass the turn. So I could block this, take 1 point of damage, not a big deal. Whatever my opponent does, I can remove it or ice it over. I'm going to block this one, and if they have a combat trick, so be it. It'll force them to use a card. Okay. I still blocked it. They used a card. They 1-for-1'd me. And I don't even care that my creature died. I'm going to win this game, I think. Okay. Shapeshifter becomes an Artificer. Let's play our Swamp. I'm not even sure if it's worth icing over that. Play the Gear Seeker. Hungry Flames is instant. Ice over. Versus Die Young. Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind taking the 1 point of damage each turn. Yeah. Well, we don't have to use anything right now. Kind of just wait. See what happens. So if I'm going to ice over a target, I probably should choose that one. Pima Outrider. Okay. Block that. Oh, I think I should have used Hungry Flames on that. Or X plus 3 is the number of artifacts you control. So you control one artifact. So if I Hungry Flames this creature, my Gear Seeker stays alive. Great. And now we die young on this guy. Well, this is a mistake, because I don't have to use it. But whatever. Just save myself the damage. I don't need to use Ice Over yet. You know, what if you play something big? See what we get. Wow. 1 out of 5. So it actually worked out for us. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Got another Gear Seeker. We'll Ice Over the big creature. We're going to attack with this creature. We'll block that creature. And if they draw something to win in the game, they deserve it or whatever. Oh, yeah. I guess that's sort of bad that they get to draw a card. But what are you going to do about it? We'll let it through. Okay, I'll make one of them unblockable. They can block the other one. Can I do this and just... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just play that. Make this one unblockable. Go to combat. Attack with that one. end the turn. They didn't have anything last turn. I might have conceded a little bit too. Well, they knew. They knew I was just going to back to my turn and I was going to make it unblockable. All right, great. We're getting like extra wins. More than I thought this deck could be able to go. So we're at 6 wins. We've already made our money back. Let's go for the final boss now. This has been a fun set to draft. I'm having a good time. And it's going well. We're making good decisions in the macro. Kind of a few mess ups here and there, but overall, good run. I think, this might make it into a series or into the drafting to win, like official series, but maybe I'll just upload this live stream. And I'll do a quick commentary. What I'll do is I'll release a quick video covering 1 or 2 games or like something interesting about this run. And then say, hey, the live stream's up if you want to watch it. So, okay, we've got Ice Over. We've got Prophetic Prism. We've got a playable. We've got good colors. Leave and Dust we have not played or seen the entire run. Which is kind of crazy. All right, what you got, Skirk? And after this game, win or lose, I'm going to take a break. Go do some chores. Okay, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get an energy. Turn target creature you control to its owner's hand. Seems okay. It says hello. Oh, Windy Constrictor. That's insane. It's already a good start. I'll play that card. This would benefit them. We'll do Shipwreck Moray. Or maybe the Glint Nest. Because if we get our other Prophetic Prism. Didn't. Yeah, this is fine. Does it have Death Touch? No. Okay, do develop on board. We're going to be developing on board. We'll just play this big guy. And I think we'll just pass from there. I'm not going to attack for 1. I'd rather just save it in case he tries to swing with the 2/3. Pretty good. So he put a +1/+1 counter, but got an extra one because of Winding Constrictor. That is really good. Okay, we could play the Maverick Thopterist. Just gives us stuff in the air. If he swings all out, that'll give me some information. So I'm kind of tempting my opponent to see what they're going to do. I think it's most likely they have a good deck that they're setting up. They're getting lots of energy. They're going to have an energy payoff of some sort upcoming. So I think they're going to just sit back and chill, and I just got a free point of damage. But I'm kind of fishing to see what they're going to do. Like they might go 1, 2, 3 and swing all out. If they swing with the 1, what I think I'm going to do is block with this card and this card. And see if they use some sort of combat trick. Okay, now that changes some things because I probably will just block with the Maverick and let the 5 damage through. And then I'm going to use Ice Over on the big guy. Okay. Used a combat trick. It's actually a really good combat trick because he removed one of my creatures and then won this point of combat. So, yeah, that was solid. Okay, we're going to use Prophetic Prism. See what we get. Paradoxical Outcome. That could be good. We're going to use Ice Over on the big creature. And then we're going to chill. Ether Chaser's doing nothing on this board. And Paradoxical Outcome is not that good because we're behind on tempo. And it's crazy that the opponent hasn't even like used the energy payoff yet. But yeah, this is going to be crazy. Luckily, he can only use it when he attacks. So if I get something like... Okay, my out here is the 2-mana black card, the removal. All right, I didn't find it. I could bounce the Left in the Dust. So that's something. Play that. Opponent doesn't have reach. Could do 2 points of damage. Then they'll swing out. I'll bounce this card, take the 5 damage. I'll activate this twice and kill that. So I'll be taking 3 points of damage. And I should have done... Yeah, I did do the check for no reach. Okay. Let's see what happens. This is not looking good. We have more cards than the opponent, but they have such good board advantage. and they keep drawing good stuff. So they're going to outvalue us. I have to find creative ways to win this game if I'm not going to win this just by like trading 1 for 1 and okay. So here we could play Untethered Express and Aether Chaser. We could swing for 2 points of damage. The swing back is going to be real bad. But 2 points of damage gets him to 15. That's just not a lot. I know I could do 4 points of damage, getting rid of the Renegade map. And Paradoxical Outcome. This is not looking good. But I think this is our only way out. It's just getting them down, trying to survive. On board, if they swing, I'll trade with the Untethered Express, like the Malfist squad. It's going to take them a turn to play the Riparian Tiger and then attack with the Riparian Tiger. It does have Trample. And by that point, I hope to have played the Marionette Master and then possibly one of the Gear Seeker, whatever it's called, the big guy that does unblockable damage, and just sneak out a win by that point. That's kind of the game plan I'm hoping happens. Okay, I also didn't see that it was Menace, so that sucks. That's just 5 free points of damage. There's nothing I can do about that. I guess there was something I could have done. I could have kept one of these back. Okay. What do I do here? Let's do this. Oh, maybe I should have kept the Thopter back. Yeah, fuck. Kept the Thopter back, used it as a blocker, and then it would have, if that way, if I lose the Untethered Express and the Thopter. Okay, all right. I see what I should have done. If we survive this turn, which I don't think we will. I mean, maybe. Maybe. So passing to attackers. He should use all his energy here. Oh, it only gets that much? Oh, then I might win. Holy shit. Okay, passing to blockers. Yeah, we do this. He can't kill the marionette. This doesn't have death touch. Holy shit. I thought he could just activate this and keep on playing 2, 2, 2 over and over and over again. Could have used all his energy and made this thing just ginormous. Now, if he finds a way to kill my marionette master, then I'm still out of this game. But I don't think that's happening. Okay. Holy shit. This costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana cost. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. What do I do now? Because that doesn't go to the graveyard, does it? What do I do? Can I win this? If I could win this, and I'm going to kick myself later if I'm not seeing it. What do I need to draw? Okay, let's do this. Well, I could do 1 point of damage. I don't know. I don't know. I could do the paradoxical outcome. I have no idea. This is actually the most interesting game of the run, and this is the hardest because I know that there's something I could be looking for in my deck with paradoxical outcome. I don't have very much to like haste, so I think I'm making the right decision by doing this, by attacking, and then I'm looking for like another renegade map, but then it enters the battlefield tapped. I just don't know. Does this have trample? That doesn't have trample. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. And then I can use that to block. I have no idea about this game. I don't know if this is right. Okay. Die young. Glint nest. Good game, he says. Discard a land. Discard a land. He's going to attack with the 1. I think I'm okay. This is crazy. What an insane... I'm going to make a video about this one. This is an insane game. There's been a lot of just doing stuff without knowing if it's correct. Something to keep in mind is I don't have timeouts remaining, so I got to play with a sense of urgency. Okay, I'm going to block that. Obviously. I know I can get the Gear Seeker out. Aether Chaser is a nice, just little blocker. And then if this survives 1 turn, we win. Oh, that's nice having a Metallic Rebuke. So I absolutely need to get this guy out. Right? And then I need to get a blocker out. Could block that. I could block that. Oh, the Metallic Rebuke doesn't work here. He has too much mana. This has been a crazy game. I mean, this is where it gets exciting. This is right down to the final, final boss. Swings back and forth. So should I have pulled this out? I don't know. Okay, we are going to pass to blockers. We're going to block that. I think we have it. All right, use this. Don't heal. Don't heal. Good game. Do you mean that? Come on. There we go. Yes! 7-win run. Nice. Oh my God. That's amazing. Boom. Claim prize. Kaladesh. 2,200. Let's see what we got in our packs. Oh, this is from the old Seagate Reborn. All right, this guy. That's cool, whatever. All right, let's see what we got from Kaladesh. Spire of Industry. Ovia Pashiri, Sage Lifecrafter. It's kind of a cool card. All right, and a rare. Okay, all right. That was a good run. What a highlight. What a good time. That was fun playing. I'm going to be doing more drafts of Kaladesh, but I'm happy that it made it all the way. So see you guys. Check out the other videos. Tell me if you like this kind of content, and see you around, okay? All right. Bye.